Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pretty noisy. All right, we have a public hearing to start. These are called poll hearings. In accordance with the provisions of Section 22, Chapter 166 of the Massachusetts General Laws, you are in accordance with you are hereby notified that a public hearing will be held at the Hardwick Municipal Office Building, 307 Main Street, Gilbertville, Mass. on Monday, January 12th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. The Hardwick Select Board will consider a request to give permission to the Massachusetts Electric Company doing business as National Grid and Verizon New England, Inc. to locate poles, wires, and fixtures, including the necessary sustaining and protecting fixtures along and across the following public way, Barre Road. Anybody here to speak to this?
Ed Kriegel with National Grid.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes?
so the butters have been notified and the public hearing was posted in accordance with the Mass General Law.
Thank you. And at what point on Barre Road are we talking?
At the intersection of Pine Street,
Okay,
which we were here about 5 years ago for petitioning about the same pole. It just never went in. It was part of, I believe, a fiber project or something going on in the area that fell through. And now it's going in for a new home in the same location.
okay.
Too much time's passed, so we wanted to come back.
Thank you. Anybody here want to speak against this? Anybody want to speak for it? Yes, ma'am.
This is not quite either, but when you publish where a poll hearing is, when a public hearing is going to be, publish about where it's going. Barre Road is miles long,
Okay.
and I wouldn't necessarily be interested in the Pine Street one, but if it were going by the common, I would be very interested in getting other people here.
Okay, thank you.
The posting does say 66 feet southwest of the center line of the intersection of Pine Street.
Okay, so it's just not in the...
Not in the narrative at the beginning.
It's not on the agenda, so that the public wouldn't know.
Ma'am, you had a question?
No, I just wanted to say that this is my house that they're putting in, this property's for this property.
So you're all for it?
I've been waiting and waiting.
Electricity, what's the matter with you?
Yes, it's cold, it's cold.
That one, well, I was just sitting there.
Yeah.
I would seek a motion.
Move to approve the pole at Barre Road, 66 feet from Pine Street.
What's the, okay,
All right, no, sorry.
what's the number of the house?
1827.
1827.
I second the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
I was trying to
All in
figure out.
favor?
Aye.
How are they gonna do that?
So I'll have this for you guys to sign at the end of the meeting.
Okay. Mr. Cole?
Yeah, perhaps a moment late, but now I realize what that pole is, and it just occurs to me that's, if I'm not mistaken, where the pump house is
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the town.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that there's nothing planned about the pump house, the sewer system there that would later suggest the pole wasn't put right where it needed to be. So if there's work going to happen, maybe, I don't know, is the pole close to the pump house?
No, the pole's going to be about, there's an ash tree in the front of the property. It's to the left of that, so it's not anywhere near the pump house at all. It'll be right in my front yard, the pole.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody all right? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Visitor comments?
Mr. Chair, would you mind just closing the public hearing?
Oh,
Thank you. I need
move
a,
to close the public hearing.
I'll second the motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Visitor comments? Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to ask Justine what progress has been made getting the grant published.
If I could jump in, I have news.
Oh,
Okay, I couldn't get on the agenda, so I'm gonna leave it for the selectmen round to,
okay.
thank you.
Will there be can we make comments regarding that once?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm speaking, this is Jeffrey Smith, Upper Church Street. I'm speaking tonight with profound frustration and urgency about the persistent failures in transparency, legal compliance, accountability, and governance that have undermined our town throughout 2025. These form a troubling pattern of secrecy, unilateral actions, neglect, favoritism, and disregard for the law that demands immediate correction. I have submitted an open meeting law complaint to this board regarding missing and incomplete minutes now in tonight's agenda. Under Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Sections 18 to 25, public bodies must create accurate minutes for all meetings, including executive sessions, and make them available promptly, with executive minutes reviewed periodically for release. Yet in 2025, minutes are missing or incomplete for multiple regular select board meetings, and none exist for approximately 20 executive sessions. This violation blocks public oversight and erodes trust. I expect a substantive response and a full compliance commitment tonight, otherwise I will escalate to the Attorney General. To align Hardwick with neighbors like Barre, which records Select Board, Planning Board, and Finance Committee on YouTube, and North Brookfield, which adds the Board of Health, School Committee, and Town meetings, I urge this board to adopt a policy requiring audio-video recordings and YouTube posting of all meetings of boards, committees, and commissions. Hardwick already streams some select board sessions on HardwickTV. Expanding this is a simple step for accountability. I seek a commitment tonight to develop and adopt this policy promptly. The town administrator's conduct is unacceptable. She uses her personal phone for official business while refusing to use a town-issued device to evade public records requests, despite Massachusetts law covering such messages. She admitted to me and confirmed to the town clerk that she deleted text messages in response to requests, appearing delighted about doing so. This willful destruction of public records...
Excuse me, sir. You're throwing a lot of your feeling into this about she seemed to be... I'd like to get a letter. I'm not comfortable tearing apart the town administrator's reputation in
Frankly, I don't give a damn. You can let me finish.
I could.
Thank you. The willful destruction of public records risks legal penalties and town liability. She also has misused town council to obstruct requests without board input. Within her first 6 months, she demanded and received a raise, while long-serving employees wait years, then pushed to hire a personal friend as treasurer and overrode the board's approved candidate for town accountant to install her preferred individual. These favoritism-driven decisions prioritize personal connections over merit and fairness. Combined with her unilateral signing of the Zecos contract, wasting resources on unsellable buildings due to unaddressed deed restrictions,
I have to try to
this
shut
shows a
you
lack
off.
of integrity and oversight. The town administrator should be terminated immediately for this pattern of conduct.
What should I do?
The chair's leadership is equally deficient.
Question, just
No
point of
promised
order.
personnel
Point of
meeting
order.
occurred last summer or fall.
Point of
The
order.
Just- We recommend that you submit your paperwork to the board and we'll put it in the record.
I'm not happy televising somebody ranting somebody else's personality.
Mr. Chair, I've been here and asked these things of you,
I know.
and they're not being
And
done.
you've
How else
ranted
am
at
I
me.
supposed to address you? You won't talk to me personally on the phone.
No, thank you.
So here we are in a meeting now.
Right.
Would you like to talk to me outside of a meeting now?
With a witness? Sure.
I have invited you to bring witnesses.
Good,
I will refrain for now.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Thank you. I had seen, what I guess Mr. Smith just referred to on the agenda, that's part of why I came tonight. So 2 open meeting law complaints.
Could you
Yeah.
stand by for a second?
Yes.
one for, is Bill Cole representing the planning board tonight, or is he speaking as a citizen tonight?
You
On this
speaking
matter,
as,
I'm just.
No, I'm just curious, because you're the chair of the planning board, so I just want to be clear for the public. Either you're representing yourself tonight, or when you're representing the planning board, please address it like I'm addressing, I'm chair of the planning board and I'm addressing.
When I'm representing the
Right.
planning board, I will absolutely do that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Bill Cole,
Right.
Peterson Road. So as I looked at the agenda, I saw these mentions of the open meeting laws, and I wondered how much of this has been going on, and what it costs the town, and particularly what the public records requests are. So I see here that there's other ones. I don't know of other ones other than 4 which have involved me personally on the board, on the planning board, and on the master plan steering committee. So I just know about those, and I wondered, they can be handled through executive sessions, or they can be handled otherwise, but they have to be handled right. I think we've done that. I'm gonna later wonder how this board is handling those. And again, in the context of what the town has spent in terms of resources, legal resources and time, I'm curious about that, because I think the public records requests, I don't know the magnitude of that, but I know I've been in to see various officials who are backed up on their work because they've got multiple requests from the same individuals for public records requests that have to be acted on. So I'm wondering where our legal budget is to date compared to what I think was only $25,000 when it was approved at the last meeting. How much time is spent by the town handling these things, and I suppose also what's come of it. I know that the negative things. I know people who don't want to get involved in committees or don't want to run for office because they expect the pattern of repeated public record requests, which can extend to private emails, the time. All of that is demoralizing to a lot of people in town, and I think it's expensive. So I want to know if there's any sort of accounting available so people in town can know the magnitude of this pretty much barrage of public records requests that have come to the board. To different boards.
Mr. Chair?
I'm going to answer something
All right,
first.
all right.
I had to deal with an ethics complaint, and when I got through with that, successfully, I did ask if there was any threshold, if there was a point at which too many, if there's a limit, and there isn't. So legally, complaints can happen, a dozen a day. So as far as I know, that's what I know. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, I've requested in the past to put this on the agenda as far as review the whole legal process and what the bills stand, like where we currently stand. I mean, we can ask the accountant for a report of what was actually spent versus what's budgeted and what we have
Would you
remaining.
like to see that at the next meeting?
Yeah, I would like to see that, if the board would like to see that.
Fine.
Mr. Chair, may I address just a couple things and Mr. Cole's comments and questions? I can say that in the last year, Mr. Smith has filed 18 public records requests and I believe 6 or 8 open meeting law complaints. That doesn't mean that the town has been found to have violated anything. In fact, more often than not, the town has not. But yeah, that takes up a lot of time and resources from the town, and I can say confidently that 1/3 of the $25,000 has been spent on Mr. Smith's
All right, we're
complaints.
trying to leave names out of this.
No, just, so you know where we are financially.
Okay.
And I
Stay
think, yeah.
resident.
A concerned citizen. Yes, sir.
Ma'am?
Sorry. Sorry.
I think that a lot of this could be avoided if we did indeed demand that all committees and all commissions and all boards had Zoom or YouTube or whatever. It's very easy to set up. And as I said to Mr. Smith earlier, We have already addressed it in the Historical Commission, and we're gonna go forward with putting something together, even though there's no requirement that we do that. And maybe nobody even wants to sit and listen to anything that the Historical Commission has to say. But we're going to be instituting it within the next couple of meetings in our committee. So I don't see any reason why all boards and all committees should not have that option.
I'd like to see each board and committee decide for themselves and set that up if they choose to do that. I find it insulting myself, but Nobody asked me,
I don't
so.
see why you find it insulting, because there are a lot of people in this town who work, and they get out of work at 6 o'clock and they can't come to a meeting, or they want to see what's going on, but frankly, they don't want to have their faces here because they're afraid of what might happen to them.
and
Okay?
some people are
So-
uncomfortable, feel that, they don't want to be out in everything, but.
Or
if they-
people don't want to drive at night,
people
you
don't
know,
want
so it's
nice in
not a
their
big
house.
deal
Right.
to do that.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
if you don't mind. There's also people that, they have families, they're busy, they're doing all these things, and it takes them 5 minutes to go online and say, what's going on, what's the latest update, and they're looking for that. And if they have that readily available to them, for the most part, they're happy. They just want to know what's going on in the town.
Agreed.
And so along that lines, I've sent an email requesting information as far as like these cameras and everything in this room, as far as streaming to YouTube. And
That's a phone.
I've requested this of the TA to find out, do we own this equipment?
Yes.
Okay, so, if you have that information, we share with the board. We can show people how to use this, or different boards, if they choose to use this. We
Right.
shouldn't be paying
Good.
X amount of dollars per thing. We should be able to do this in-house,
Good.
through an app or through something, so
And if a commission wants to do that,
they choose to
the
do
board
that.
can do that.
Right, it's not gonna be like mandated like you have to, but like I said, people like to see what's going on in the planning board, people like to know what's going on with finance, stuff like that, budgets, and we're all busy. Everybody has a very busy life, and they have free time, but that free time might not be when we have meetings. That's all.
Well,
And if it's available on the internet, they can catch up.
I paid over $600 for these requests. $600 I spent, so complaining about costing the town
Can
money.
I ask what you're looking for?
You to resign,
Okay, anything else?
her to be fired.
Okay. And you'll find what in all these requests? I mean, you'll find you saying I should resign.
Did you make a unilateral decision to cancel the Barre ambulance contract by yourself without consulting your own board?
No.
Yes, you did. You went to, the town administrator of Barre confirmed you had a meeting with them and you canceled the contract.
I don't know if there was a working contract going.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
this man here has dedicated hundreds of hours to this town, and until you've done the same, you really shouldn't be talking.
Don't matter.
Everyone has a right to speak. This is America.
Yep.
I mean, we don't have to necessarily agree, they have the right to speak. And sometimes you don't have to listen, but they have the right to speak.
All right. Where do you want to go from here?
Done.
Thank you. Mr. Cole?
The planning board would like to respond to a question that you had asked me about hours, LPA hours. This is the local planning assistance hours that the town is awarded from Central Mass. 12 hours, and then you get an extra one for each hour we attend on a seminar or such, or go to a meeting. We were at 18. We've used some of those in respect to the master plan steering committee assistance and oversight from them, and some grant money, nothing from the town. And we're using some presently for assistance in drafting bylaws. So how many are left for other planning purposes? I'm not sure, but you would ask that question. I'll tell you there seem to be some, but not a lot, and it all resets in January, in July fiscal year.
Fiscal year, correct. Okay, thank you. Visitor comments? Appointment of Linda Drake to the recycling center. Do we have a letter of interest?
Did you want to do the,
Meeting minutes first.
Yeah,
Approval of minutes, September 29th, 2026.
I've read the minutes. I make a motion to approve the minutes from September 29, 2026, as written.
Well, there's one amendment to that
Okay.
I'd like to just add
Mhm.
into it, is the comment made by the town administrator that she sent the offer to the accountant.
what page are you on?
What page am I on? I believe it was omitted. That's why I want to amend it and just add it in.
That's not right yet.
No, I have this, I don't have it right smack in front of me.
It's in the packet.
Do you know where it goes, Bill?
It would just go anywhere regarding the accountant. Like, there's an updated line of the accountant, if you heard anything back, you made the offer to him right before that meeting. And so I know there's a reference to it
It was in the
in the
recording?
2029 meeting.
If it was in the recording, I'll go back and take a
All
look.
right. And so I'm just asking for that to be amended and brought into the document, that's all.
All right, where are you?
Yeah, I don't know where you are.
Okay.
I'm on visitor comments.
No, it's the accountant. There was an update.
Under old
the
business?
accountant. I apologize, I don't have my notes with me, but
Do you want me to go back and take a look?
if you don't mind.
I'll put them on the next meeting.
So,
I'll see, I'll go through it.
It's just that one thing.
I'll take a look at the recording.
Old business. Solar lease.
It's quite a long meeting.
Yeah, it
so-
is. It
Yeah.
is. So, I mean, I can get it to you. I don't actually have my note in front of me. I mean,
Can we put it off till the fall, next meeting?
Yeah, and I'll take a look at the recording.
all right,
see-
and I'll get you, it's just that one thing.
all right. We'll just withdraw my motion then,
Okay.
Just table.
table it.
Okay, so that's tabled.
Yeah.
Linda Drake Recycling Center.
So you have her resume in front of you. This was a recommendation of the recycling coordinator, and I did speak to the chair of the recycling commission to make sure that they were on board with this. So I'm just looking for confirmation from this board. I don't have a start date or anything until I get confirmation from you. The pay and hours are gonna be the same as they are, 7 hours. And then I'll get her Corey. She has been an employee of the town before, but we do need updated information.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking for a direction from this board before I proceed.
Well, I know her and I think she's great.
I read through everything, I think, yeah,
She seems pretty qualified.
yeah, very qualified.
So I'll make a motion to appoint Linda Drake to the recycling center.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. A retired ER nurse. East Quabbin Land Trust donation.
Donation of $1,700, which is really nice.
I'm just looking for approval from the board to accept the donation.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who seconded?
Is this pilot?
No.
It's a donation on behalf of the East Quabbin Land Trust.
They do it
It's
every
not, they don't have a pilot agreement with the town.
They've been doing this kind of regular, but
It's slowly gone up over the last couple of years.
Mr. Cole.
Yeah, I had a similar question. It's a voluntary donation, correct? It was like $700 last year, $1,700 this year.
Yeah,
They've done similar things for the benefit of other towns they work with around the area. I think there's 8 of them. And then it is not a pilot, it's a voluntary contribution. as I understand it, so.
Yes.
And in the past, I think they had indicated and the town had approved to donate it or designate it toward a certain purpose. Is that part of this donation?
Is that what's written in the donation?
It's not written into the donation, but if we apply it to the pilot policy we have, it would go, it wouldn't fund a budget, it would go into capital improvements and stuff like that.
Projects?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not a pilot
No.
payment.
No, it's not, but it is from a nonprofit and it's a contribution.
A fellow traveler. Okay.
But thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Lisa.
And we can send a letter to him saying thank you.
Yes, we can.
Discussion and vote on William Tinker's open meeting law complaint.
Okay, sir, so since I am the complainant about it, I'm just gonna recuse myself and I'll be out in the hallway and just let me know when you guys are done.
I've been told you don't need to.
You do, well, I've said everything I need to say in it, so I think I should recuse myself, so I'm gonna recuse myself.
Okay.
I'll grab you.
Yeah, I'll just do it.
So you'll see there's a response in front of you. Just need a vote to sign the
Mr.
response.
Chair, if you're gonna read this for the record?
As soon as I can find it. Do you have a copy?
I do.
I'm good.
And this is the cover sheet.
This is from William Tinker. This complaint concerns repeated violations of the open meeting law by the Hardwick Select Board arising from its failure to properly post, convene, and conclude a required executive session to address and close a completed personnel investigation. The Select Board received the investigator's completed findings on November 10th, 2025. As of December 16th, 2025, 36 days later, the board had failed to convene and conclude a properly posted executive session to resolve the matter, constituting an unreasonable delay. On November 17th, 2025, the board posted an executive session with an improper or incorrect stated purpose in violation of the open meeting law's agenda and posting requirements. As a result, the meeting was canceled in its entirety, eliminating the first lawful opportunity to address the completed investigation. On November 24th, 2025, the board convened the executive sessions 1 and 2. I properly recused myself from both sessions. Required business was not completed, the executive session addressing the investigation was not properly concluded or adjourned, and the board failed to schedule a subsequent meeting to complete the matter. This constituted a second failure to lawfully conduct and conclude required executive session business. Despite having a completed investigative report and multiple prior failed opportunities, the chair did not place any executive session item relating to closing the investigation on the agendas for the December 8th, 2025 or December 16th, 2025 Select Board meetings. The continued failure to agenda this matter lacks justification and further extends the unreasonable delay. As a recused elected official pursuant to MGL Chapter 268A, I am prohibited from requesting agenda items, communicating with the chair regarding this matter, or otherwise influencing scheduling or deliberations. The board's repeated failure to act has therefore deprived me of any procedural mechanism to obtain closure of a completed investigation. The board's conduct demonstrates a pattern of non-compliance with open meeting law requirements, including improper agenda posting, failure to conclude executive sessions, and unreasonable delay in addressing executive session business. These violations have impaired due process, frustrated the purposes of the open meeting law, and undermined public confidence in the board's governance. So, most of this is addressed to me. I had a real hard time dealing with this. This started on the 2nd of June. I'm still not clear how much I'm legally able to talk about it in public. I guess what I need to do is schedule another executive session and close this out. I've had non-compliance with the principles. Again, this has been going on for a long time, so I'm going to leave it at that, schedule an executive session, and you can have my scalp, sir.
Mr. Chair,
Yes?
the issue at hand is not an open meeting law violation, and I would,
The complaint?
no, it's not. It's, if you've complied with the open meeting law, anything else can be, brought up to the Attorney General, and I'm confident that it'll be the same outcome, that we've complied thus far with this particular complaint, so I urge you
Okay.
to sign the letter.
And please put on the next agenda an executive session so that we can
Mr.
wrap
Chairman,
this up. Yes, sir.
I was part of that executive session on November 24th, and my notes, we pretty much concluded
There was
the
nothing
executive
to do.
session.
Right. That's the way I remember it too, but we'll have to have another executive session.
I think that's what she wanted.
It's either that or I just rule unilaterally.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No.
Okay. Again, my recollection, my notes say that we concluded that executive session and no further action was necessary.
So that would be closing it out.
Well, it has to be announced in public.
Excuse me, it does not actually.
All right, stop. Enough. I didn't know if this was going to come up. I didn't know if it was going to be able to come up. I'll find out. I'll talk to the lawyers again. Thank you. All right. Discussion and vote on Jeffrey Smith's open meeting law complaint.
Do you want me to get Bill?
Are you complete, or you want to go at it, or,
I'd like to know what's going to be done about it.
well, what's the complaint?
You have it in front
Please
of you, right?
explain to me.
You're missing meeting minutes from back in February, and there's a couple in the spring, almost everything since September 16th, which we didn't get done tonight, and 20 executive sessions this year. No meeting minutes whatsoever, no discussion of them, no checking in on them, nothing.
Okay, well, in my mind, the reason for these executive sessions was never finally resolved.
You still are required to do it periodically and review them periodically, and vote on them periodically.
But not put them public until it's legally closed.
That's correct,
Okay.
but you still have to do actions with them, and they still have to be in motion. You've taken no votes on executive meeting minutes at all, and all 20 of them are outstanding, all 20? Because that seems like a real problem in and of itself, doesn't it?
Well, to you, to me, I just, fine. You know what to say?
So, Mr. Chair?
So you-
Mr. Chair, if you don't mind, I'll contribute to this a little bit.
Okay.
Put together an Excel spreadsheet that addresses Mr. Smith's concerns about the open meeting law and the transcripts, and so we can come up with a plan as far as addressing them. But some of the stuff, the first three, all right, I have this, I didn't have a chance, and I apologize, I didn't have a chance to share it, but I put it together so it's easily followed, and I'll share it with the board. But the first three, they're done. But the problem is when you go to our official website and you click on the meeting minutes with the PDF, it's blank. So however it got uploaded or whatnot, it's just blank, and that's a quick fix. Okay, so there's three out of the way, of the open ones, okay? And then the next one, I put it, February 2018, the open, there was nothing for that. So here's a whole list. And it's not, not too bad, and if we just address it, put it together, and just whip it together, and approve them. I mean,
Is that a motion?
well, I mean, it's a solution. I mean, we have to address this. And so,
We have to find the missing meetings.
right. And we can go through YouTube, we can pull down the transcript, we can review it.
Executive session wouldn't be on YouTube.
No, I know that, but we'd have to go through notes. There should be notes.
Right.
The former chair should have some notes of the previous ones for last year, and then some ones for this year.
Okay.
And we address it, and we can start approving these at our next select board meeting, the open ones. And these ones can be fixed probably tomorrow, the first three.
Right, the first three,
The first three
what you're
are,
saying,
yeah, which is,
are
just so we're
just
clear, it's
technical
January.
glitches.
Yeah, January
So to speak.
13th, 2025, January 27th, 2025, and February 10th, 2025. They're all on the website, they've all gone through the approval process. It's just the wrong PDF file got loaded to the website, that's it.
And then the rest of those
Then the rest of them,
are just, we have to approve.
we have to generate them and approve them, yes.
Right.
So, but it's,
Mr. Chair,
Yeah?
I can check with the former chair on Friday about before Jeff's time. And see what she has, if you want me to.
Okay, and I'll talk with Julie Marquette.
so the TA would
Can I
have to
take this?
find, yeah, you can take this and I'll share it with the board, but you just have to find a PDF file for those three meetings.
You send it to me?
I don't have the PDF file.
No, I know that.
But you can have it. I'll send the whole, I'll send the digital file of that,
Okay, good.
okay?
Yep. Very good.
All right, and so, how do you
That'll-
want him?
That'll address most of it at least. The
Right.
executive sessions, I think are still kind of,
Yeah, the executive sessions are gonna take a little bit, but
As I said, I don't know if you were in the room, I don't feel that the reason for that executive session string was ever resolved. You talk about it in your complaint to me, so.
right, that's an
I think we have to
ongoing,
have-
that still remains
We
confidential.
have to
It's
have
just-
an
Right.
executive session to finish,
Okay,
if we can get the principals at the table. Yes, ma'am?
You know, as a citizen listening to this and a taxpayer, it just, someone's not doing their job, and whoever has oversight over those people not doing their job is not doing their job, okay? And that's unacceptable.
Thank you.
So whoever is not doing their job needs to start doing their job. And the buck stops at the three of you. You should be overseeing to make sure all of this stuff is done.
That's correct. I'm-
Mr. Chair, I think
I'm
going,
failing at that, correct. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I think
Yes, ma'am.
going forward, the three of you need to decide about executive sessions, because before, I guess when I got on, it was the chair at the time who was doing them. But I think the three of you need to decide going
Queen is
forward.
speaking.
Excuse me?
The Queen has spoken.
I appreciate your input.
I love it when she gives you orders.
for
Yeah, I do too.
clarification, Mr. Chair,
Clarity.
Mr. Chair,
It's transparency.
please, Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
sir.
We need to figure out roles and responsibilities here, because town administrator is the town administrator, supposed to administrate these things and make sure they're done. She runs the day-to-day, we do the directive oversight, stuff like that, give her direction. So, I was the clerk of this board for the executive session for the whole first year. And I was told through the chair was gonna write these notes, but also, when Justine first came on, or the town administrator first came on, she said she was gonna handle these executive sessions. Her contract, the building inspector, and one other. And then, down the road, when we have an issue with this, and it's our fault, because we didn't follow up, we'll take responsibility for that. But now it's not her responsibility, so how is this shift? Who's making these decisions and deciding what's the responsibility, whose role is it? We need to clarify that, so we don't have this issue going forward.
I think these are lapses myself. I mean, I mean, certainly I am failing to follow up and work this job the way I'm supposed to. But, you know, that's where the buck stops. I don't know.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
what is exactly supposed to happen to close out these executive sessions?
Well, we have to,
How are the minutes of an executive session supposed to be recorded, posted, saved, whatever?
finally, they become posted.
Yeah.
Eventually, when
Eventually,
you
they have to become posted, correct?
Yes.
So,
So, in this issue, which I cannot explain publicly,
right.
needs
And I
to be
understand that.
resolved by the principals involved, and hopefully it ends at some point,
Right.
because it has gone on since June, and one thing and another.
Right.
There have been people refusing to
So-
cooperate and all other things.
That's not
So-
the only matter that's been in executive session.
We're having a discussion,
Right.
sir. Would you
So-
please, you're not making matters better.
To answer
Can't make them worse.
Jeff's question,
Go, please.
Yes.
okay? In here, it gives you all the guidance as far as executive session.
Okay,
Like date, time, topic, because it's on the agenda, the topic. And then whoever is responsible for taking those notes, takes those notes, but they're confidential, and they're kept in a confidential cabinet. Okay? So, and then eventually, when the matter is closed, like say the building inspector, we negotiated his contract, or Marty, we negotiated his contract. Once that matter is closed and done, it's supposed to come before the board, we review it, and say, okay, this matter, we approve the minute meetings, of the executive
We
minutes,
vote on it.
like we
in
do our
public.
regular thing, and then
Right.
we vote to release it,
Right.
make it public. But it's like step by step, as far as the executive session, it's in here, what we're supposed to do. That's all. So we'll answer your question more specifically if you're looking for more information, kind of thing, if that doesn't help.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
can I
ma'am.
address some of the comments that were made about the town administrator?
I'd rather let's skip that. I mean, it's out there, rude, whatever. I don't know what we can do about it.
Well, it was actually about the three of the conversation amongst here. I just want to clarify something.
Please.
So my contract doesn't say anything about executive session. When you have a chief administrative officer, you know, the clerical duties, yeah, it's a part of every job. It is what it is, but that's not the function of a chief administrative officer. Every board and commission has a clerk that helps take the minutes. I will always help, and you know that. And I was helping the former chair. If there's another issue, I will absolutely help where I can. So just let me know what you need from me.
Thank you.
I'll, Mr. Chair, I'll reference the meeting, so you can look it up on YouTube where she makes these statements. Okay?
All right, thanks. That'll be
For the
helpful.
record, that's all. You know what I mean? Because
Check my
how
contract.
is it fair to somebody on this board, I've been in this position for a year as
We should
clerk,
just fire you, that contract
And then-
bullshit.
and then find out later, I'm the one responsible for making these notes? Just like Jeff, you didn't find out you needed to take meeting minutes until whatever executive session,
yeah,
and we had a few. I mean, how is it fair to, if we don't know our responsibilities up front when we come on this board, how are we supposed to execute if we're completely unaware of them? And we have an administrator, and we have an executive assistant, and they're supposed to administrate. So we need to clarify exactly roles and responsibilities. Because according to the YouTube video, when she got hired, yep, I'll do this. That's a statement, so
I'm sure I did, but the chair at
Well,
the time was doing them, and
I'm
she
just-
wanted to do that.
I just want to make it clear, so I'm not like throwing out misinformation out there. It was a statement that was made.
I'm sure I did. I would always help, but at the time, she was taking them, and you know that. And that's what she wanted to do, and that was
Well,
what was
now,
happening before.
a year and a half later, it's the clerk. Well, I was a clerk for a year, sir, so I didn't take any notes.
Thank you.
oh, that makes me feel a little better.
Well, I'm being, hey,
I
I
just
didn't know it was
started.
my job, so it's my responsibility. Had I known, I would have definitely taken it.
Mr. Chairman, I think we can move on
All
from
right.
this, please.
Well,
Thank you.
before we move on, all right, Jeff, are you, since you're the complainant here, are you gonna accept this? Like, if we
If you guys are gonna
address
work on it, I'll
these-
let you work on it. I'm not looking to, look, I don't wanna go to the Attorney General, you guys might think otherwise. I want you to do your job.
I'll try harder.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Cole,
Thank you. I mentioned, I think I've learned a little about this, having been through 4 of the open meeting law complaints, 4 executive sessions, release of the minutes, et cetera. And I would just offer that the way I understand it is that when you get the open meeting law complaint, which you have to within, maybe it's just 10 days, maybe it's 14, you soon have to, you immediately have to share it with the other members of the board, and you have to respond to the complainant in writing, a copy to the Attorney General. And then you can delegate the response to that to the attorney or to the town administrator or to one of yourselves to actually answer that in a fuller form, which is all maybe 30 days. Jeff could tell us. And then you have then you wait for their response, and if it's, you wait for the complainant's response. If they're satisfied with the progress that's been made, it doesn't go any further. But, as happens often, there's a follow-up complaint, not happy with the board's response, goes to the Attorney General, and the Attorney General then makes a decision about it. In all decisions that we've been involved with so far, no violation, or nothing of significance. Maybe one thing was not talked about that wasn't on agenda, but that's how it is. That's the progress, that's the timeline that you have to follow. And I would suggest that you do that, because it's very clear that if you miss a step, if you don't do that response within 10 days of the complaint, it's basis for another such complaint. And these things follow on themselves. As to executive minutes, when you go into executive session, you don't have to, but if you go into executive session to discuss the matter, yes, of course minutes are taken. They aren't released until the matter which made it confidential has ended. But, however many of those there are, while they are outstanding and still being withheld, you mention at some point, every now and then, maybe every month or something, you mention at a meeting that we still are not reviewing the minutes from those executive sessions because they continue to be confidential. We did that until the decisions from the Attorney General came back saying not a problem. So then we put the minutes out to the public, approved them, posted them. So that's the process, and I'd suggest that you do need to follow it, because there are people looking to get you on any violations.
so as soon as I can bring this executive session item to a resolution, I will do that.
If she's not taking the notes, then why is she in your executive session? She's never voted in and she's not on the board.
I don't know, it's another mistake, I guess.
Actually, it's part of my job to inform the select board. And you
But
know
you're
that
not supposed to
should
be in
have
the
a motion.
executive session.
Not
It's
true.
gotta be
Please,
voted in.
Mr. Chairman,
Sure.
please,
So-
this has gotta
I'm
stop.
just-
Ticonderoga,
Yes,
okay.
I got it. So, Mr. Chair, closing. We have to respond to
We'll
Mr.
fix
Smith.
this. We have to respond to
We're-
Mr. Smith.
We're just giving, so you accept this schedule,
Yes.
we're gonna work amongst ourselves and resolve this and approve these over the next week or two, or whatever, a couple weeks. But you're fine with it, you're not gonna escalate, so we're gonna write you a letter saying
We'll
we
wait.
acknowledge this and this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna reconstruct
All
these
the way out
meeting
there on
minutes
YouTube land.
and just send it, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
I agree.
All right, so
Are you gonna make it a motion? and I
I'll
can
make a
second it?
motion, yes, I'll make a motion that we approve this schedule of the open meeting minutes that we have to take care of,
Okay,
okay?
I'll second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ma'am,
A letter was already sent to the complainant that was completely lawful, and as long as you're making a conscious effort to comply, you're not going to be penalized by the Attorney General, but you have to make a conscious effort. As long as they know that, you're fine. So I wouldn't get, overly concerned or overly worried. I've been in contact with them quite a bit over this complainant, and you're making a conscious effort, so I stand by you.
See, if you don't mind, Mr. Chair, can I make one quick statement?
please.
Half of the issues here, if we just as a town chose to do best practices and address the things as we're moving along in current time, we wouldn't be spending a lot of money or tying up a lot of people's resources to answer these questions.
Okay,
Fair enough?
I'm eager to have our next executive session, so we can get all this stuff out
Okay.
in the
Eager.
open amongst, in front of us. So,
Moving on.
discussion and vote on the West Brookfield ambulance contract.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is just an addendum to the one that we have currently with West Brookfield. When it gets to the end of the fiscal year, then we're gonna really sit down, but if you notice, some of the positive changes, the only changes that are in here are now they are servicing our AED machines, which they weren't before. They're gonna be providing CPR classes, and, yeah, it's the exact same agreement, other than those language changes, and then the increase to cover the rest of the fiscal year, so. That's that.
How do you feel about the West Brookfield ambulance?
I make a motion to approve the contract with the amendments.
I have a question first, Mr. Chair, if that's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
One is the $7,672 payment. Where is that money coming from?
You should have it in the emergency, in the medical.
Yes.
In the budget line?
Yes.
item?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So what about zoning plan approval?
There, you mean where the ambulances go?
Yeah, the CMED does the approval of the plan, of the area.
That's
that they-
beyond us, right? It's above
Right,
us.
but it's not in this contract. It's blank. So I'm asking, did they
What we're
approve it?
doing is hiring
We're
West
hiring
Brookfield
West
to cover this
Brookfield,
town.
the entire town.
Correct.
Right. So, and I'm asking, did, people in the state that approve these zoning plans, service plans, approve it?
Well, they must have last year. I mean,
But we
in the
also have
past.
backup through town of Barre. We have a contract with Barre, but now we don't have a contract with Barre.
But we still have,
Which one?
they have mutual aid.
There's no
I'm
part.
just for clarification.
Should we put
sir.
this aside until we get that clarified for you?
Well, I just want to make sure the entire town is covered.
The entire town is covered by West Brookfield. That's
And
the way
there's
they
no,
think.
okay.
Mr. Chair, may I add one thing? So, the police department actually have to update our 911, so that's all been approved too. I just need the vote for tonight, so it's all said and done, but the police had to work on their end to get it, into the 911 system, and all that has been cleared.
One other quick question about the contract and scope. Exhibit A, description of services, it's blank.
So that was, it was like that in the last 2 or 3 contracts. Again, this is just an addendum. The next one's gonna be negotiated July 1. This is just to get us through the second half of the fiscal year.
All right.
Yep.
We can stop and put this off.
No, I mean, we need coverage, so
Need
I don't want to delay it any further
My
than,
motion stands.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, further
And I'll get
discussion?
answers to my questions,
We'll
sir.
find out the answers, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So I have that for the end of the meeting as well with the National Grid stuff.
Town administrator report.
So I'm working on an IFB for the gravel removal at Roach Field. I'm working again with Harry Comerford. Tentative project update for the sewer project.
Excuse me,
Oh,
that
yeah.
first abbreviation you used.
Oh, invitation for bid, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Had a call with our financial advisor on our debt schedule and our loans. I had a call with Joe Ferguson from CMRPC on Townhouse, the Community Development Block Grant, our IT grant. Started budget meetings with departments, including the town accountant, the treasurer, the Conservation Commission, Recycling Commission, sewer, library, town clerk, assessor, Board of Health, police and fire. So those are ongoing. Met with the select board chair, accountant, town clerk, treasurer, and assessor, and police chief on the special town meeting. I'm working with the police department on 2 police grants, and as I updated today, 1 IT grant. which is not for police. We are currently still advertising for a wastewater treatment plant operator, a highway equipment operator, and a van driver. We were supposed to hold an interview for a highway equipment operator. Unfortunately, the candidate never showed up. I attended the Leicester Health Coalition meeting because they were going over their FY27 budget. Attended a Zoom meeting with the Office of Rural Affairs. Well, this week I want to recognize Holly Mann, who's our town accountant, who has brought invaluable knowledge, research skills, and I call it detective work into the town's financial management. I am overly impressed with her and what she's been able to accomplish in such a short time. And having never used Vadar before, she is now teaching us a few things about Vadar. So I'm very happy with her work. Important dates: special town meeting is January 22nd, 2026 in this room at 6 p.m. And Senator Durant and Representative Berthium are holding office hours on February 11th, 2026 from 10 to 11, also in this room. That's all I have for you tonight.
Okay, thank you.
I'm losing my voice again.
Can I just ask a quick question back on
Of
the
course you can.
IFP for the gravel removal? Isn't Marty gonna do that?
Well, Marty will do.
Oh, I mean the
what he can,
DPW, sorry.
Unless
sorry.
we start shipping something off. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is for removal and like purchasing, so the excess that we're gonna try to recoup some money through that gravel, so that's what that's for.
Okay. Because I was under the understanding we have a year
Yeah, we
roughly.
do.
And we already have a stockpile there.
Mhm.
And the DPW is gonna move that outside of the solar area and harvest whatever gravel and stockpile it there for their use.
And,
Am I misunderstanding something?
well, I think Marty is working to find a flat space and figure out where to stash the stuff.
Okay.
And we talked about selling some of the stuff if
Yeah.
we can't absorb it.
Okay,
He's asked for this. This is like what he wants. He knows that this is,
okay,
he wants this. Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
I was
It's good.
just
I mean, I'm
curious.
just trying to remember what it looks like, you know, but we could go there.
Well, it's just a gravel pit. Right. So,
Good
okay.
place to look at VARs, so. Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to take over the Selectmen Roundtable here to start. This packet came, I don't know who, I think you dropped them off. The envelope.
Yes.
And I assume that Ann Barnes knows what was in it, the timeline on the whole Broom grant. And thank you for that. And I've been in
Thank you.
contact with Kimberly Robinson, who runs PVPC, who started administration of this grant. And things kind of came apart, and I've been talking to her, and we can hire them to finish. They started it, they can finish it. It needs somebody from town. I will do that. I will bring the word. You can read these letters, and at our next meeting, I'll have a presentation, just so that we're on the same page. We don't have to vote on this. We've already signed the contract. I just want to get it done. By August, it goes out, so we got to get going. So I've been having a good conversation with her over the last several weeks, and this seems okay. So please read this and
Okay,
bring it up next time.
okay. Thank you.
And anything you guys want to say?
Jeff?
I just want to say, with what happened up at Eagle Hill School this week, it was very heartening to see the mutual aid come into play, and turned out to be over, just a bunch of concerns, but all these towns, all our area towns, seem to contribute as well as the state level. And very impressed with that. It's the same sort of thing that happened with the Wheelwright Mill fire. Everybody came together from across the region, and very impressed with how that came on.
If I could jump in,
Yes,
I was with the fire department 16 years, and mutual aid kicking in comes in tears. And as it gets more exciting, more towns come in and start covering each other's firehouses, so nobody's left unprotected. And after that mill fire in Wheelwright, I was a selectman. I wrote 39 thank you notes to the towns that came to back us up. So it is a wonderful thing to see.
it really is.
Thank you. I have something, Mr. Chair, for the Select Board Roundtable agenda request process. Under the Select Board Roundtable, for the public record, I want to raise an issue regarding agenda practices. Since approximately June, I've submitted multiple requests to place agenda items before this board for discussion. None of those request items have appeared on the agenda. I've reviewed my emails and notes and compiling a timeline covering roughly 6 months of agenda requests and outcomes so I can understand whether there is a written policy or a criteria governing how agenda items requested by Select Board members are approved or denied. As of tonight, I am not aware of a written agenda policy, and I have not received a written explanation for the repeated exclusion of those items. I believe it's important for the board and the public to understand how agenda decisions are being made. For clarification, can the chair clarify whether there is a policy governing agenda requests from individual select board members? And if so, where is that policy, where is it documented? I'm noting this tonight just for transparency and the public record.
Well, if that's a question, I'll answer that there is no policy that I know of. There have been some submissions that I thought were out of date, I mean, were too late. If it, over a weekend, I could have lost it, there wasn't time to post it. And some agenda submissions I sent to town council. So, nothing, and some I overlooked. I don't look at my email every day. I've asked you to call me if it's important, but that's fine.
I mean, I can call, but at the same time, I send emails to request stuff because this is, for governance purposes.
Correct.
I mean, they're important issues.
Right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
with all due respect, Bill, the last couple times that you've submitted your written requests, they've been after the agenda was set. Am I not correct?
You're not
This
correct.
last time.
You're not
This
correct.
last time, you sent them in, I already had the agenda all in my email.
We have 48 hours before our meeting, which is Thursday at 6:30. Up until 6:25, we can amend that agenda. I've sent requests on Wednesdays, I've sent requests on Mondays, I've followed up on omitted requests on Thursdays, and they never get on the agenda.
Never.
They haven't. The only thing that got on the agenda this week that I requested out of the 4 items was the poll hearing. That was a reminder, because of the original agenda I saw, it didn't have the poll hearing. So it was just a friendly reminder to put it on there.
Because to tell you the truth, I read your agenda items. I have no problem, I would like to see those discussions take place,
Okay?
personally. But, like I said, from my perspective, I see them coming in just after the agenda has
No.
been sent to me. There may still be time to change that agenda, yes,
So
but
when do we set the agenda? Because we have 48 hours to amend it. So if I'm sending an agenda request on Mondays, or Tuesdays, or Wednesdays, or even Thursday morning at 9 a.m., is that not ample time?
see,
Is that not
That's
enough?
ample time.
Is that,
That's ample time.
okay. So the only thing you might see on the email chain that you might be confusing or per se
Right.
is when I follow up and say, why was this omitted from the agenda? Why was it not placed on? It was a follow-up question to my request.
After the meeting at the agenda?
After the deadline. So if the deadline's Thursday at 6:30 PM, Friday morning at 9 AM, I send it out saying, I requested these items, and for whatever reason they were omitted, please let me know why, kind of thing. But every request has been well in advance of that 48-hour timeline.
And from my understanding, it's the chairman who sets the agenda, correct?
It's supposed to be, yeah. Doesn't always work out that way, but yeah. So, I mean, I
I
come
don't
in
mean to
Thursdays.
place blame, but
No, it's my thing. I'm it.
I'd just
Come
like to
in
know.
Thursday and, well, for no particular reason, is the best I could tell you.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
Thank you.
Liz,
Well, where does that leave citizens who want to get something on the agenda?
anytime it comes in before Thursday morning, it goes on the agenda.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
I've requested several times to have things on the agenda and they've been ignored.
Do we have to put everything on the agenda that comes in?
Oh, honestly,
I don't know.
in full transparency,
Within reason.
yeah, I think so.
Within reason.
Well,
Within reason, yes. I mean, and and let's just use the townhouse as an example, okay? Ann should be able to put that on the agenda to discuss exactly what's going on with the bids, even if that's just a 2-minute thing, okay? And if it doesn't, and if it's a matter of you sit there and say, well, we're working on it and we're gonna deal with this in the future, Ann should have it on the next meeting, say what's going on with the townhouse. And the way I look at it as a citizen, that's to keep you guys from finishing the task, or to make you guys finish the task.
Finish
Because
the
the less,
task.
then you won't have to have it on the agenda anymore.
may I make a comment, Mr. Chair?
Of course.
So, an agenda request comes in, say, Thursday morning, okay? You have that option to say, you know what, the agenda's full, but we will put it on the following meeting, whenever that next following meeting is, and we should have a lot of requests.
And that's
Like,
fine.
And so, and a quick email, hey, sorry, I got an acknowledgement, I got your email, but this agenda's full, the next meeting it's this date, and it will be on that agenda. That's how we handle
And
it.
that's fine, I think and me as a citizen, I would be perfectly happy with that. But being ignored and no one saying anything to you, it's a different situation.
I try to keep up. I don't know what to say, sometimes it's overwhelming.
Well,
I get it, sir, I get
No, no.
I mean, I get it, Eric, but, you know, no offense or anything, Eric. I get it that it's overwhelming, but you sit up there and you say, well, I don't look at my email. Well, that's why it's overwhelming. If you looked at your email, maybe you could deal with it when it came in.
I only look at the email once a day now. First thing in the morning.
Well, gee, I wish I could just do that myself, but it doesn't work that way.
it. It's not a bad idea, though. I wish I could do that, too.
You mean, we're not watching, can go to, up until 10 o'clock at night till we go to bed the first thing in the
are
morning?
we done?
I think so. Are we good, Mr.
I
Chairman?
make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just have some stuff for you guys to sign.
Yep.
Okay.
You're not gonna read